Lawyers on the side of Young Thug will be calling the state for an investigation on the YSL RICO trial. Today, new clips would go viral supporting facts of the case being corrupt. A tweet would end up sharing, "Watch the judge open her mouth here." Is she signaling DA Love to make an objection? Then she leads Love to keep going until she gets the objection right. What exactly is going on in Fulton County? Is this what our system has come to?
Do you appreciate that sitting here today, your lies have caused yak tremendous amounts of problems?
Question. Objection. Improper. Vague. Speculation. Relevance.
Sustained.
As there's already been a conspiracy that the new judge that has been placed into the YSL RICO trial is only there to help the prosecutors, as what she did next was very concerning. A tweet would share, "So it's okay for Adrian Love to show images to the jury underhandedly." As you can see, the judge is literally looking at prosecutor Love, holding a piece of paper of evidence showing the jury for a few seconds. This is clear as day, showing them the evidence that would later end up being denied to be shown to the jury. But the jury already know they already saw it illegally. This is then when Thug's lawyers finally had enough. Miss Love would object again to Thug's lawyer.
Objection.
Do you view that as a benefit?
Hang on.
Okay,
hang
I'm
on.
asking him if he views
I
that
know,
as
and
a
there's an
benefit.
objection on the floor, which I haven't been able to hear yet, so wait and let me hear
My
it
apologies,
and
Your
rule on
Honor.
So objection as to misrepresentation, vagueness, when the question is, do you think it's a benefit to you?
However, the funniest of it all was that even the judge was getting annoyed moments later of helping prosecutor Love, as Love would try objecting again for the 30th time in an hour setting. This is then when the judge just had enough, told her to stop talking, and pretty much left.
But, Miss Love, your objection was sustained, so that's really all there is to it.
Your Honor, I think the main thing to it is that Mr. Sharp keep talking.
Miss Love, I'm going to take a bathroom break, okay? I haven't had one for the last couple of times that everybody else has.
As higher-ups in the court system will be investigating the YSL RICO trial soon, resulting in Thug being released. To understand his release date, you first need to hear the judge flip-flopping on a mistrial decision, because once seeing her opinions drastically change from the start of the day to the end, you're gonna realize how corrupt this is. As at the beginning of the court day, it would be announced, judge denies the motion for mistrial, says she doesn't think that there was anything bad, but agrees that the questioning could have been confusing, and asks Miss Love to clarify
what the line of questioning was, and so a valid objection, it remains sustained, but the motion for mistrial is denied. I am not giving any kind of instruction. You can just fix it by asking the next one.
As the judge would deny the mistrial at the beginning of the day, until realizing these prosecutors don't know what they're doing, as they would end up bringing Quindarius Zachary to the stand. He would end up opening his statement by literally hitting on an attractive investigator, and even asks her to be the one to supervise him at his hotel tonight.
For you to whichever hotel this is, they end up fitting. Can it be what? I don't know whether it's going to be that particular investigator or not. It might be, it might not be. It's not going to be up to me.
The judge would think that it is funny at the beginning, but what happens next? You can tell that she starts to get annoyed. This is then when it would be reported, QZ says that he no longer wants his lawyer because he feels like he is working for them, the state. He said that he doesn't even think he needs a lawyer at all, and he'll be back on Monday without one.
You don't want that lawyer anymore. All right, well, let me say this. When you come back on Monday, it may be that you want a lawyer. You don't feel like you need any kind of lawyer whatsoever. So what if things change on Monday? All right.
As this is where the judge would finally have enough of the prosecutor's witness, kicking him off of the stand, telling him to practically get lost. But it would be this moment when Thug's lawyer would then submit another motion for a mistrial. Then the judge would reply using a lot of different words than what she said at the start of the trial day.
All right, I'm going to look back at what the transcript says. I mean, And Ms. Love, you may, given that there's now a motion for mistrial on the floor, in assertion that you did things purposefully, you may respond to that.
I vehemently object to the mistrial. I vehemently object to any mistrial, and I beg the court to look at the transcript and see what I said right before I asked him the people that I just mentioned. And I would ask that the court deems it appropriate that such language is gross and all of the disparaging remarks made by counsel for the defendants are appropriate. That's one thing, but I'd ask that the court limit that type of behavior, which is, not becoming of officers of the court.
I agree with that. It is not becoming.
She's not denying this one on the spot like she did at the beginning of the day, because it's very clear they have no idea what they're doing. But what truly won the mistrial over is when the judge started yelling at the prosecutor moments after, as the prosecutors didn't even have enough witnesses ready to take the stand for a full day. All they had was Quindarius Zachary, who lasted a total of 22 minutes.
One of the things I wanted to inquire of one of our investigators about their efforts to secure one of the witnesses and the difficulty that we have had with respect to that witness. I expect that witness will be coming in. It's the one that we've been discussing, but I think it's pertinent information.
Not right now. And frankly, it doesn't matter if you have a particular witness. What you have been instructed is to have enough witnesses to fill the day. Okay? So if one witness is difficult, then you need to have another one lined up. Let's get the jury, please.
As all they had was QZ from earlier. That's when the official report would be released. Breaking news, YSL attorney Max puts Fannie Willis' office on notice that if they put Quindarius Zachary on the stand and he gets sick before cross-examination, then it is gonna be a mistrial.
It's gonna lead to me asking for a mistrial again. And the state is on notice at this point that by calling Mr. Zachary in this state, and I don't know what his state is, but they seem to know. They are on notice that something could happen. And I'm not the one calling him to the stand, but if his direct testimony comes in or his prior statements come in and I don't have a chance to confront him about those lies, we are not going to have a fair trial. And I'm just putting it on the record now so everyone knows what my stance on that is.
However, this is when the trial would get scary. A report would share YSL judge admits the case is headed to mistrial, but yet she won't grant one.
All right, if we don't even know what's being said, then
we do know what's
trial
being
waiting to
said, Your
happen.
Honor. It is not.
This is a mistrial waiting to happen.
Your Honor, if I may.
Go ahead.
Judge,
as even the judge admits the case should be a mistrial, but she's refusing to grant it. And if anything, she has been helping out the prosecutors along with the trial. This makes the case easily corrupt, as what happened today inside of court was unbelievable. A tweet would share, witness tells the DA she doesn't intimidate him and to stop trying to treat him like her child.
You can answer first, and I will let you explain, but I need you to answer yes or no.
But could you stop yelling at me like I'm your child or something? I'm not your child.
You are not.
You talking aggressive to me. You don't intimidate me. All them guys over here. So if you would have came to me and asked me this, I'd have told you the same thing. What if they was in my face or not in my face? I'm not scared of them or you.
I don't want you to be.
Well, that's what you acting like it. That's what you acting like you trying to paint.
So do you want me to bring my voice down? And I apologize
don't
if it
holler at
sounds
me,
like
I ain't your child. Could I take a break? Y'all come.
No, we've had so many breaks this morning. We really need to get through this.
As the prosecutors are currently being exposed, which would usually end in a mistrial for case corruption, but the judge is refusing. As this was confirmed in a viral clip that shares, Young Thug started laughing after YSL Woody tried to ask him if he had issues with Rich Homie Quan from the witness stand.
Yeah. Yes, no, I don't recall. Did Thug have an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing members of IFCAN to his apartment?
So did you have an issue with Rich Homie?
I'm asking you for what you told the police.
And I'm answering you. I just told you several times. I tell the police anything.
Okay. Do you recall talking about...
Which obviously is not allowed. Young Thug was allegedly in tears when Woody would scream across the courtroom, asking asking him this, and he didn't even get in trouble at all. If you know anything about a court case, when a prosecutor brings a witness to the stand, like they did with YSL Woody, they are supposed to teach him what he is and is not allowed to do. Yelling across the courtroom is supposed to not be allowed. But this even ended up going viral online. Then, 3 days before the passing of Rich Homie Quan, we would end up seeing Quan speak about YSL Woody becoming a snitch in the YSL trial, and even called him a liar.
What do you feel about his statements being said about him basically up your dad's barbershop?
What is a liar? The barbershop did got up, but it wasn't like, I don't want to talk much to it, but it wasn't like he has over exaggerated it, because the same day the barbershop got it was up and running. So it couldn't have been like what he said it was. So we're gonna hold that down. Shout out to Woody. But niggas know.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
As we would then even see YSL Woody react to Rich Homie Quan, calling him a liar.
You know, your trial's going viral. On the trial, you said you and Threat was sliding and y'all Rich Homie Quan barbershop.
Yeah, like Rich Homie said, I was just lying.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Rich Homie Quan passing?
Yeah.
It's sad, man. It's sad. Rich Homie had a lot of potential. You feel me? Like, he just made wrong choices in the past. What could have that hurt his career. And he didn't have to make that choice. But sometimes people gotta learn how to stand up for themselves. Don't be intimidated by no group of people. Cause them group of people, man, they ain't no one for real. Feel me? That's why they a group of people. All you had to do is stay by yourself. He would have been successful. He would have been bigger than what he was.
But Lil Woody is extremely important, and he's actually going to be the main reason that Young Thug gets released. As to understand when Young Thug's release date is, you need to understand that YSL Woody did snitch on Young Thug and YSL members in 2021. However, the video of him doing so was never supposed to be shared online to the public, but it would eventually be leaked. This is then when it was reported. Today, he testifies that he believes the state is the one who leaked it in order to pretty much force him to testify, since everyone thinks that he's a snitch anyway.
Do you know who put that video on the internet during this before this trial started?
I don't know who did it.
Do you have a belief who did it?
Yes.
And who are you referring to who did that?
Objection. Relevant to who he believes.
Goes to his state of mind.
Speculation.
Goes to his state of mind on the conversations that he's referring to. Puts it in context. Who did you believe put out the videos on the internet of your interrogation, or the video?
The state.
And by the state, the same people you've been referring to?
I can't say specific if it was them, but the state did it.
Okay. And what did that have an effect on you or your family when you believe the state of Georgia put out your interrogation?
Well, they believe I'd be, if everybody say I'm a snitch and this and then third, they believe that I'd be like, okay, and just do what they want me to do.
And is that, there's a mention in the last...
As with Woody hinting towards it being the state prosecutors that leaked the video of him snitching online, he got extremely angry. He ended up revealing that he believes it was their plan all along. If they made Lil Woody look like a snitch in one small crime, then they can just force him to become a full snitch in all crimes that YSL ever committed. So YSL Woody agreed. He signed the plea deal, saying that if he gives the prosecutors information, he would end up not facing any jail time and would be home free. However, what the police didn't know, everything YSL Woody allegedly snitched on was a lie. So the prosecutors would want to get revenge. They would start asking the most ridiculous questions to Woody, making him get angry.
I can't sit here and tell y'all nothing. I don't know what y'all want me. I don't know what y'all looking for. I didn't see nobody. I didn't see nobody rob nobody. I didn't see none of these boys do anything. I did some stupid things. I got caught for the stupid things that I was doing, and I just went from there. Like, I didn't. And then y'all got me up here, and I done told y'all before y'all put me up here, y'all can't talk to me out like a Tuesday or something. And you can't talk to me in the streets. And I told you, like, I lied. And I told you that. And then y'all still brought me in here.
Isn't it true that you did not want to testify because you don't want to deal with the reality of being labeled a snitch?
Miss Hilton, I've been labeled a snitch way before I had to come to trial, when y'all linked that video out to the social media. So the world look at me as a snitch no matter what goes on to this day. But me coming here, like, I have put my faith in God's hands, and I come here and I let it be known. I guess got no choice but to be letting know to y'all now that
I have told y'all time after time that I done lied.
As the prosecutors have barely any evidence against Young Thug because of Woody lying, but they keep bringing Woody in just to try to bring up something they can use against Young Thug because no one else wants to rat him out. But it seems like Lil Woody finally had enough and he would eventually snap.
And my only priority was, by any means necessary, to protect them with my whole life. Judge, I get a minute because they drive me crazy.
Yeah, take a minute, take a breath.
Keep telling y'all,
Stay here. Come here. Stay on the stand. Take some breaths. Calm down.
And once he finishes his breath, Your Honor, state, we conclude our questioning, Your Honor.
As Lil Woody got so angry, he needed to stand up and walk away. This is then when it would be announced Woody is getting tired of explaining why he told on Young Thug over and over again.
Why did you ask for Thug to pay your bond after you had told on them in the June 10th interview?
I didn't tell on them. I was going through a phase in my life, like I told you before, and I told you in the back. I made it all up. I sat right there and said whatever came to the top of my head, that I pieced certain things together and said what I said. If you listen to both of them calls, they contradict each other. If you listen to the interview, you hear what the police keep saying. And that's why I put everything on Thug. The man ain't had nothing to do with my stupidity. I'm sitting right here today telling y'all the truth, and y'all still sitting right here playing with this lady. Like I told y'all, I made it up. I put it on him. I'm not scared of nobody. Nobody forced me to say none of this stuff. This is not right.
Okay.
As with the judge starting to realize all of the sneaky tactics the prosecutors have been doing, with them also realizing Woody lied about all of the evidence against Thug, the chances of Thug being released are extremely high. This is then when the founder at 300 Entertainment and the head of music for Google and YouTube would end up vouching to the judge for Young Thug to receive his bond.
Hi, my name is Leor Cohen. I was the founder of 300. I'm the global head of music for YouTube and Google, and I want to speak on behalf of Jeffrey, who I've known extremely well since I signed him. He's been a person that cares deeply about his community, his family, and his colleagues. And I could say that I've had numerous conversations with him at length about how he wanted to invest in building a recording business, studios, a record company in a very troubled part of Atlanta to bring economic growth. I don't believe that he's a flight risk whatsoever. He cares too much about his family, his colleagues, his art, and his reputation for that.